This episode is sponsored by JDAQA Software Testing, your scalable solution for manual, automated, security, and performance testing. Check us out at jdaqa.com. And with that, let's get on with the show.
This is The First Customer, hosted by Jay Agner.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to the First Customer Podcast. My name is Jay Agner. Today, I'm lucky enough to be joined by Christine Churchwell. She is the CEO and co-founder of SlimeZilla, probably the coolest party your kids have never had. How about that? You like that one? The free one for you. Christine, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me.
I'm so excited. I was just talking, genuinely. Come on. You said co-founder, and I was like, oh, she's got some partner I don't know about. She didn't tell me about this. And then she's like, no, it's my son and my daughter, which is just, it's so beautiful. Christine, I saw you come in my house with all this stuff, and my wife was like, we're going to have a slime party. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. What are you talking? In our house, we're going to do that? And you came here, and all these kids were just like into it, and like the parents loved it, and we left, and it was clean, and I was like, this is mind-blowing. It was a cool new thing, and obviously the YouTube generation with all the slime stuff. You go to Live Learning Express and there's slime stuff of 50 different varieties now everywhere. So all that to say, for the longest intro I've ever had in my life, Christine, thank you for joining me today very much. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me. Like you said, I have my co-founders, which is my son and my daughter. That's how we got into this business. They were into the slime. My daughter is 18. My son is 16. They were doing this when they were 8 and 10. So that's how long I've been familiar with slime. And then it transitioned into it being a business idea because I told them, if you're going to have an interest, you might as well make some money with it.
If it was only that simple, all the dumb stuff my kids do, I should be a bazillionaire by now. But yes, I love that philosophy. All right. So where did you grow up? And did that have any impact on you being an entrepreneur and business owner?
Well, I would say maybe it did. I grew up in Philly. I was born in Boston, but I grew up in Philly. I definitely grew up in the hood. And so the drive is to build something for my family, a legacy, wealth, so that they have something to rely on that I didn't. So that was really the main objective for me. I used to run a summer camp program and I called it Biz Kids, like I was a childcare center director. So when we did our summer camps with the school age children, we called it Biz Kids. So that was really where we had the launch for the idea, because I was promoting to them, use your interest to make some money. And that was a popular thing back then.
Okay. So, from actual, hey, this could be a business or whatever, to you're at people's houses doing stuff. What was the act? Tell me step one. You went okay, we're really going to do this. I'm sure you did you guys have a team meeting? You're all right, guys. That's what I knew. I freaking knew. I knew you're so adorable that I knew that you did that. I knew it was all right, guys, we're going to tell me about it. Well, tell me about the team meeting.
I sat them down together. We were in their bedroom, and because they were sharing a room at the time when they were really young. And I just basically told them, let's explore some ideas. So we talked about really a slime Disneyland. That was the original idea. Let's create a slime themed amusement park. Then we scaled it back a little bit. Okay, well, how about we do a slime fun zone, a playhouse, how they have the play places you can go to. Then it's okay, well, we're not there yet. So what can we do? And I was working with the different events where they asked me to do children's areas and things like that. So that was when the idea for it to be mobile came into play, because I was setting up slime at events and I'm like, well, I could do this anywhere. So we are.
So what were you doing before this? Were you doing event stuff? Were you doing were you in hospitality? Did you what were you doing before you kicked this off to where you could put this together?
So, like I said, I was running a childcare center for a couple of years. I ended up stopping that and taking care of my mother, who's elderly. She broke her leg a couple years ago. Luckily, she fully recovered. Okay, she's almost 80, but she's, bouncing around just fine. But I started working from home doing that. So since I had like basically free time, I was able to focus on building up this business without, like missing out on income.
It's incredible. Love this so much. Oh, this is the best. This is the best. It's the best because, God damn it, everybody doesn't have to just like quit their job and like start a business. Like it's there's just the wrong idea around how you can. And you just did it. Like we have a similar path, which is probably why I like it so much. I feel like it was a de-risked, not de-risked. I mean, it was still risky, right? I mean, you took a lot of risks to do this, but I'm saying you did it in a way that was measured risk. It
Yeah,
feels like, and
absolutely.
you have kids and you did it like, but you still went out and you made it. Now, anyway, so you did this thing. Who was your first like real customer?
So I think I have two answers for that.
Oh, this
So
is good.
the original idea was a launch party, and we did it at the Discovery Center, which is in Philly. It's in North Philly. It's near Smith Playground, like right across the street from Smith Playground. So I did like a 3 week, maybe 4 week launch where I was just telling people like, hey, come do some slime. Like I was just promoting it on social media, Eventbrite, like things like that. So the first 3 weeks I didn't get anybody. Like my sister came, but it's my sister. But that last week was sold out to like 2 or 3 camps with along with a few like random parents that came by.
Why
So
do you
after
think why was that last one so successful?
I really don't know. I have no idea. Like, I don't think I did anything different. I do know that while I was out there trying to promote the event, I would walk around or have my children walk around and like tell people that they saw. So I happened to come across at least one camp director who came, and then another one I think just happened to see us online and came.
That's incredible. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay.
The
So
second the second answer to that
who
was
is the kid? I
the
want to hear this.
birthday client.
Thank
The
you.
birthday client. I had a partnership. So my first birthday client, like a private party type of thing, was someone I partnered with where they let me do a pop-up at the mall.
Mm.
So I was at Willow Grove Mall a couple of times, like trying to promote because it was, oh, I forget the name of the organization, but they had a store front that included a bunch of vendors. So they asked me to come, and she wanted a slime party for her son. So
Mm.
that ended up being my first like private party.
And then what? You were just like, oh yeah, for sure I can do that. And you went home and were like, oh my God, now I have to put together a mobile slime studio. What did you do? How did you like what the hell did you
Yeah.
do to figure that out?
So the first thing is just getting the materials to make the slime. So I didn't have like tables or chairs or really anything like that. Luckily, she was already like a person who had an event space. Like the event was at her own event space. So that was pretty easy. And so I was trying to partner with her, like, okay, well, since you have this event space and you have these tables, can I borrow it, when I have an event? But that didn't really pan out the way that I thought it would. And relying on someone wasn't really ideal for me. So I just ended up investing in my own tables so we could be fully, 100% set up on our own without
Yeah,
worrying
but
about
did
it.
you guys like draw out on the board like what it needs to look like and like how it's gonna work? How did you figure out like 'cause when you came to my house, you had like a whole thing and it's all set up and it's beautiful and the music and the lights, it's all like I'm like, so how did you like what was V1 of that experience? Like what did was it just tables and like all the ingredients? Like what did it start as?
The first ever party we did, and like up until like near the time I did your party, we were using these cupcake towers. And at first I was using these cardboard ones like from Target for like really like $5 or something.
Hmm.
I ended up dropping it in the rain. So I had to like get something that was more sturdy. So I ended up getting like these acrylic light up towers that I originally thought, oh, this is so cute. Like, we upgraded the space, but it was still like missing something. So then, just kind of brainstorming and trying to think of a way to make it look more buffet style, more boutique style. We came up with, because the original cake towers that we were using, they were round. So we
Mm-hmm.
came up with something that was all forward facing. So it's just like everything's in your face. So you lucked out because we only had started with our current look in January. So I
Okay.
think you did your first
It was
party
in, yeah,
in
it was
April.
April, I think, and then
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and now I think I've heard I have another one coming at the end of this month.
Yeah,
So
yeah, you do.
we'll see what sort of upgrades we've got to the process then. So,
Absolutely. We
all right,
did add a new element
did,
since your last
don't
booking.
get
We
me excited.
certainly did.
Don't tease me, Christine. I got too long until birthday. I got to wait until the what's going to show up at the slime party. I got it's too much. What? All right. Talk to me from like a business perspective. We're not going to get into revenue and all sorts of numbers, but just like how are you doing it? Like, how are you managing it all? Do you have a spreadsheet? Do you use QuickBooks? Or you just like, how do you just like, the money in, money out? You're buying stuff, you have expenses, your kids are involved, and maybe they're going to buy. How are you keeping track of all of it? It's just like a business owner and not just like going crazy. Or maybe you are going crazy. I don't know.
A little bit. But just keeping track of the expenses is in the app. I use the Square app.
Okay.
So pretty much everything is already just logged in there. I started using that within the last couple months.
So I don't want to get into, business specifics or revenue numbers or anything, but just talk to me about how you started to come up with pricing, how you're testing or experimenting with it, in general. Obviously, like, you're talking to a client, so like I'm not asking for your secret sauce and what you're going to charge me. I don't care. I'll pay you whatever, Christine. You're fantastic. Just come to my house and just do that thing again. But in general, like from somebody who's just like kind of figuring this out, like how did you like what did you think was a good price? Like how did you look at other people who were doing something similar? How did you do it? How did you start figuring out the right price?
Now, that's a great question because that is a journey in and of itself. The first party I did, I told you was the person that I was working with to do the pop up. So I kind of made some like deal with her where I'd give her discounts and she was like letting me do the pop ups at the mall, which I thought was so great. Mind you, I didn't get really much business at the mall. Like the mall was really dry and Slime Time was in that mall. So
Mm,
it was kind of weird. We do offer more than what Slime Time offers, I've had customers say that they've been to Slime Time, been to us. I'm just saying. But I did her party for like $70. Okay. And it was, I want to say it was like maybe 15 children there,
hmm
15 or less. But like, mind you, that was like some deal I was giving her, like a special I
sure,
was giving
sure.
her.
Yeah, yeah.
The working price at that time was $150 for 10 children. And I did a party, I'm not sure how long after, like maybe a couple months later. And this dad was like, yeah, you really should be charging more for what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I would have paid you more. He didn't, but he said that he would have.
It sounds like a conversation we had, by the way. So I hope you're not. I hope it's not me. Not this example. There was another
No,
dad
no,
before
it was
me.
another dad when we were doing the 150. It was a party we did for like 150 like as the base price, and then it was like 25 dollars for any additional children.
Mhm.
But that dad, said like, yeah, you should really charge more. So that's when I started looking at what other people were doing and what they were offering. And
Mm,
I realized we actually were offering more than what others were. Like there would be mobile slime companies that said that they would bring like the slime materials and no tables, but we were bringing all the tables,
mm,
so I noted that. And those kind of companies were charging even more than what we charge today. So it's
sure.
not like we want to charge people out the yin yang. We did just want to, be competitively priced, but also affordable, but also get our value. So I
Mm,
feel like I've reached a price point that does that for what we offer. Because, like I said, we really do provide a number of textures, mix-ins, and just creativity that other slime companies aren't offering. Like they'll say you can do like one texture, one topping, and so on and so forth. We bring a buffet and say just create whatever you want to create with what's here.
right. I love that. So Yeah, I mean, I agree. Again, I'm not going to keep telling you to charge me more until you've already come to the second party. I do like there is something to it, but do you think that the only real difference between charging 150 and maybe 500 or whatever for the same, let's just consider it the same service, same offering, do you think it's just your confidence is really the difference? Like you're confident in that number as opposed to before when maybe you weren't. Is that really all that it is? You got confident that may be a fair value for what you're offering?
Well, I feel like before I added on to our price, I made sure I added onto our value. So I didn't just increase our price and everything was the same. And I'm always looking for ways to improve the service we offer, improve the type of packages we offer. So, because I wouldn't feel comfortable just, saying one day it's this price, then the next day, oh, it's a dramatically different price, and I didn't do anything different. So, one of the things like versus today, than when it was 150 is the setup that you see, because what we could put out on display when we did the $150 option is probably half than what we are able to offer on our display the way that it is now. So
Mm,
that's something to consider. So I was confident as I did more parties in what I was able to offer and what people responded to. So I would
hmm
say confidence came from that. And also, I felt confident in making sure that it really was valuable, that it
hmm
did make sense to pay for to pay the amount we were asking for. And I know that's still true because I still get parents like you who say that they would pay more.
because I love everything you just said. The only thing I would disagree with is that nobody's going to give a shit if you raise your prices. Like
You know
nobody,
that you want the service at the end of the day.
but I'm gonna say like nobody's gonna go, oh, it was this day and it's the same service and it's more like nobody even knows or cares. Like it's you could go charge twice as much tomorrow and nobody's gonna go, oh, it's the same service and now it's like nobody's gonna say it. Nobody, literally nobody, and all your new customers won't even know any different. So I love how genuine and like I get why you're doing it. I get it, and I think the value. I think you're 100%. I agree they should be people should get the value for whatever they're buying, right? And but
Yeah.
at the same time, after talking to a bunch of entrepreneurs, I know that we shortchange ourselves a little bit sometimes because we don't think that maybe we have the value that we actually do. So that's my point. It's just maybe that's why you keep hearing it is because your value is maybe more than what you think it is, right? Like people are telling you, hey, you're telling me this is what you're worth. Like I'm telling you, you're worth more than that. So like, I mean, those are the people that you want to listen to, right? So anyway, let's move on a little
Absolutely.
bit. Are you SlimeZilla all day, every day? Is it just Christine Churchwell is SlimeZilla? Is there any separation of church and state, or are you just like this is who you are all day, every day in public? This is who you are on business stuff, personal stuff, whatever? Or do you actually get some time to separate?
I definitely feel like I separate because SlimeZilla is a new addition to my life. I've
Mm,
been Christine my whole life. Christine is a cosplayer. Christine is a mother. So, Christine is a former educator. So I feel like I embody a number of things, and SlimeZilla is one of those things.
mm.
But I try to, conduct myself ethically, morally in all situations.
Well, I'll tell you what, an absolute ray of sunshine. I can't tell you how big of a deal I think you are and will be. It's
Thank you.
just the attention to detail and your meticulous like care for value and like the act. I mean, that's what I told you. The biggest thing, like your secret sauce right now is you. Like when you're in that room and you're like doing your thing, like the educator comes out. Like there's a clear this is why I would never homeschool my kids because I'm not an educator and I damn sure know I'm not good. You know what I mean? Like there's something like I respect that whatever it is and you've applied it to this business and it's a really incredible thing to watch. I have one question. It's not slime related, so you can't say slime related. It's not business related. It's just about Christine. So if you could do anything on earth and you knew you wouldn't fail, what would it be?
Oh, like just something to do because I was happy, like, and make money at it.
Nope.
When you say fail
If you could do anything on earth, if you could walk out the door
and
and do anything
succeed
on
at
earth
that thing,
at anything,
okay.
and you've ever wanted to do, it doesn't have to be
I
business.
feel like I would have to say space travel.
There it is. See, that's a good one. Everybody, you'd be shocked how infrequently I get that. You would think everybody would say space, but I don't. That's you, me too. I'm an astrophotographer. I'm a nerd. I love space so much. All right, so you would go to space. Would you do the Blue Origin nonsense, or you want to go like you want to go to space?
Space, because you said if I could do it and not fail,
That's
and one of
right.
the
In this
greatest things
scenario, you're an astronaut.
is not coming back.
You're on Mars. You're doing whatever you want in this scenario, Christine.
Yeah, the ends of the universe.
That's it. Oh, well, you got us. Now we're getting philosophical. I like that. All right, Christine. Like I said, I genuinely have a large spot in my heart for you. Just after meeting you a few times, you're fantastic. I hope you absolutely crush things. I'm gonna continue to monitor the journey along the way. I think you are inspirational.
Okay.
And if people want to reach out to you directly to hear about something they heard today, how would they reach out to you directly?
So our website is SlimeZillaZone.com, and we are SlimeZilla Zone on Instagram and TikTok. And in case you haven't heard, I just do want to mention we were recently featured on PHL 17's Positively Philly. So we had a segment a few days ago celebrating the International Day of Play. So if you want to check that out, that is on their website and on their YouTube. But yeah, and if anyone did want to reach out to me via phone, my business number is 267-310-9407. So I do take calls and texts. I do take emails. So yeah.
Christine, you were just the best. Nobody's giving out a number on here. That's great. You're like, that was people. People are gonna reach out. I think you're gonna get reached out to directly.
They should.
They should.
I
I mean,
do get calls and texts,
you
and I
should.
definitely answer.
Any business owner out there that's waffling on like doing something, good Lord, go talk to Christine. You are a bottle of inspiration, and I genuinely mean it. Thank you so much, Christine. I'm gonna keep following you along, and I'll see you in a couple weeks. You'll be back in my house, sliming it up, and I can't wait. All right, I'll
That's
talk
how
to you.
you know it's real.
Yeah, this time. I'll see you. Thank you, Christine.
Thank you. See
See you.
you.